So it's so freaking crazy that it's the second month of 2025, almost rounding into the third month. And I've had multiple friends that their man has freaking cheated, dude. Cheated. Like, I'm 33 years old, okay? And it's to the point where, like, I'm a grown-ass woman, and all of my friends are, like, in their 30s, and I have some friends in their 40s, and these men are going back to exes of all fucking things, man. Like, what is going on? Like, when you get in a relationship with somebody, especially when they have kids, you're not supposed to mess around. Like, if you are getting into a relationship and you are not over somebody, like, there is no point in starting that relationship. There's just no point. Why? Why start it? Why get in with somebody else and get their feelings all caught up and get them all hopeful and get them, thinking that this is going to be a stable rock relationship, to turn around and lust over other women and give attention and, time and loyalty and devotion to other women. Like, I'm so confused on what the fuck is going on. Like, why? Like, I've told every guy that I've been with, if you don't want to be with me, please tell me. Like, we could sit down, we can have a talk. I've said this 100 times. Communication is key. I don't care what type of relationship it is. Communication is key. And that's the thing here is these boys, they're not even men. I'm just going to call them boys. These boys, okay, I don't care how old you are, even if you're 42 and you cheat, you're a boy. You're not a man. Because if you can't look at the person that is trying to make you cheat on your woman, or look at the person that is trying to make you lust over them and tell them, no, I'm in a relationship, and walk away, you're a little boy. You're not a grown man. But I mean, and then there's the girls that I don't feel sorry for, that I was friends with. I'm not trying to be rude, but I just don't feel sorry for someone that you've gotten back with this guy multiple times. He's chose his baby mama over you multiple times. And you keep going back, and he plays both sides, and he keeps breaking up with you, and he keeps going back to her, and he's got all these issues. Girlfriend, he don't love you. He wants it all, always. He don't want one person. He wants both of y'all and other bitches. Like, get out of there, dude. Like, it's common sense. If someone's not devoted to you and someone doesn't care about you and they don't want to be with you, like, why are you trying? Why are you even trying? Like, you're not going to get anywhere, dude. Like, you're wasting your time. There's somebody out there, some dumbass in tinfoil, working a really good job, thinking, he's nothing, but he's really, your knight in shining armor and fucking tinfoil, and you're wasting your time on this asshole. Like, I just don't get it. Like, the first person that I was ever with, he was fresh out of the army, and we were talking for quite a while. We were texting, we were getting to know each other, and then we started hanging out. And I was young. I had been cheated on multiple times. I had tried a legit real relationship. It didn't work. I had tried to be with guys that wanted more than just me. And I wasn't one that just gave out, like, I was like, okay, we need to be together a couple months because that's, I want respect. I'm not a piece of ass. And they didn't like that. So they cheated. And when I met my first, we ended up getting together and we really hit it off. We hung out a lot. He introduced me to his family, and I got really big feelings for him. He was such a gentleman. He acted like a gentleman. And then I ended up getting pregnant with him. And I didn't think I could get pregnant because one of the boyfriends that I was with for 5 years, I was like really in love with him, and I'm glad I didn't get pregnant with him because he was a cheater asshole. He kept going back to this girl, and would lie to me about it, but he would break up with me first, and then he would go back to her, and then he would come back and try to get back with me and break up with her. Like, it took me a while to figure it out, but he was older than me. I was 17, he was 21. And we started dating like way before that. I want to say I was like 16 or 15, and he was, because in the state of Montana, consent was 16 for an adult. Anyway, same thing with him. I didn't give out for a while. I told him I wanted respect, and that I had been treated like a piece of meat. And so we dated for a while, and then we were together for 5 years, and I could not get pregnant. So I knew at that time that I had some kind of fertility problems, but I didn't know that I had PCOS. And so when I got with my first husband, I got pregnant with him really fast. And it wasn't even like we were trying. It just kind of happened. And I told him that he better ask my dad if he could marry me, because my dad was going to kill him. And we ended up, getting a place together. He got a really good job. I was a stay-at-home mom. He was leaving me home alone with no car, no internet, no nothing. And the whole situation just didn't feel like this is what we should be doing. Like, I'm 18 years old, 19 years old. You should be, like, you should be taking care of me. Like, I told him many times, like, what are you gonna do if I get pregnant? And instead, it was better for him to bring women into his motel room at the resort that he was doing security. His boss actually confronted me about it and actually told me that he was cheating on me while he was at work. And they actually showed me footage of girls going into his room. He likes to tell his current baby mama, that everything that I said was a lie and he never did all the things that he did. But the thing is, that sits with me. That sits with me forever. All the trauma that I was put through, all the lies, all the cheating, being scared and pregnant for the first time, finding out that, your husband had sex with one of your best friends, so it just, it kind of just sits with you forever, and then the second husband, we were together 10 years, and very good narcissist, very good liar, very good manipulator, very controlling of money, very controlling of me and what I did and, what I didn't do and all that kind of stuff. And, I'm done with that. I'm 33 years old. I wasted my time on idiots who I thought loved me and who I thought wanted a life with me. And I wasted my time. And, there's red flags. And I wish I would have known them like years ago. But there's some guys that are really good, and there's some girls that are really good at hiding cheating. And that's the biggest thing is I have kids. The guy that I'm with, we have one child and one on the way. And I told him from the beginning, if you don't want to be with me, you need to tell me. Like, I'm not playing this game. We're not playing this high school game. Like, if you don't want to be with me, please tell me, because, like, he walked into my life. I have kids. Like, I'm a mom. When you get with somebody and you have kids, you're shifting your whole life for them. You're shifting your whole life. They're shifting their whole life. Like, when they come in and they assume the responsibility of kids that are not theirs, and then they want kids with you, they need to adjust to that role. You're not a bachelor anymore. You're not single anymore. You're not going to the bar every weekend with your buddies anymore. Like, you need to realize that it's a change. And some guys get in relationships and they don't realize that change. And you can't do that. Like, maybe you need to take like a trial period and date for a full year before you decide that you're going to settle down. Because girls too, I mean, cheating on each other is just damaging people for the next relationship that could be the one. Don't do that. Walk away. Be honest. Tell them that you don't want to be with them. that earns respect. Yes, you're going to hurt their feelings, but you're earning respect and you're being honest.